I'm Logan Crawford, and right now on the Spotlight Network, we're exploring the journey to self-discovery, inner peace, and the boundless power of love. We're talking about a terrific book. It is called A Touch of Light, Opening to the Love That Is You and All Creation. It's written by a wonderful author. Her name is Ann Naimark. And in the book, she shares her deeply personal and transformative path to embracing source light and unlocking true joy. If you've ever felt disconnected or stuck in limiting beliefs, this book offers powerful insights, practical tools, and a roadmap to living with balance, purpose, and adventure. We're delighted to have this very talented author join us here today on Spotlight. We thank the team at Atticus Publishing for helping us put her in the spotlight today. And we ask viewers like you to support authors like her by subscribing to our channel and by purchasing her amazing book. The links are below this interview. And be sure to download the Spotlight Network TV app, streaming on Roku, Apple TV, and Amazon Fire TV. And thank you so much for joining us here today on Spotlight.
Oh, thank you for asking me. What an honor. I'm
Well, it's an
excited.
honor to have you on the show. It's such an insightful book. I think it's going to help a lot of folks out there. Your
Mhm.
journey started from a place of emotional pain. What
Mhm.
was the turning point for you?
The turning point into more of joy, you mean?
Yes.
Uh-huh. Well, I think it wasn't like one turning point. It was over time working on whatever was my pain.
Mhm.
And in the book, I think I mentioned when I was 15 years old, I wondered if my parents knew everything about spirit because they were atheists. So I was raised as an atheist. And when I was a teenager, I just wondered. So then in my 20s, I started exploring all kinds of spiritual disciplines because I wanted to find out, is there more than this than they know about?
Mhm.
And so a lot of my shifting came from different teachers, spiritual teachers that I met, and then my own personal therapy work.
Mhm.
And I got into that later on in life. Yeah.
Talk to us a little bit about source light, what it means, and how people can connect with it.
It's a different word for what people call God. Um, it's more, to me, it's more universal
Mhm.
because I explored lots of disciplines and because I didn't know anything about anything. And I came across people that talked about the source of creation.
Mhm.
What is that? And then what clicked in with me was that, well, it has to do with love. And whatever does love mean? So love has a lot of cat characteristics.
Mhm.
And that was what I was seeking, really. There was
Mhm.
emotional pain because of, you know, parents are not perfect. They didn't get perfect raising either. So they couldn't give us what we needed exactly. So I was pretty much looking for relationship and love. And I always felt like the connection with source or God or spirit or divine or nature, to me, nature is spiritual too,
Mhm.
is a relationship. And that I have nature in me. I have love in me somewhere. Can I find it? That was a adventure, a discovery. And then what does this all mean? What
Mhm.
is love about? What am I searching for? And then I explored psychotherapy and all those different things. And I discovered, well, I knew we're mammals, and mammals need connection. In
Mhm.
order to flourish, we need
Yeah.
a good, secure attachment. And then so what does that look like in all kinds of areas?
Mm.
So just to answer your question, it was just a lot of stuff. It
Yeah.
wasn't one thing.
Absolutely. It never is one thing. There might be one thing you remember, but it's always a series of events that lead you to a place. Let me ask you this. You mentioned your work as a psychotherapist. How did that influence the themes that we find in your book?
Greatly. I would say it's very connected because it is what we were just saying, it is about relationship.
Mhm.
And it's about people that are suffering because some kind of relationship, maybe a mother, a father, a sibling, people at school, whatever, of later a loved one was messing them up and
Mm.
caused pain because there was a big rift. And we're all so unique and different that we react differently. So
Mhm.
I felt like the link with spirituality was very close.
Yeah.
And I feel like my link with source or the divine is a relationship,
Mm.
and I have to nurture it. I have to spend time. Like I meditate every day.
Mm.
And then and throughout the day I connect in. You know,
Yeah.
I notice like you would texting your wife or your
Mm.
husband or whomever, you know,
Yeah.
and I do that. I I can't do it on the phone because I don't know what the text number is for source, you know, but
That'd be
but
nice if you could text God. That sounds
wouldn't
good.
that be a riot?
I
That'd
think
be a
there's some billboards down south where you can text God if you take down the number, but I'm not sure.
I think you're right. Yeah.
Let me
That's
ask you this. What are some of the common mental and emotional patterns that you feel hold people back from true happiness?
that's a big question. Um, Fear. I would say overall, if you get down to the bottom of it, it's a derivative of fear.
Mm.
It could be, and the reasons for that are so many, you know, it's how we got raised, what our experiences were, and what we have inherited from our ancestors. Because there's research that shows that we we get what our ancestors had if they didn't clean it up, right?
Mm.
Whatever
Yeah.
it is, emotionally, mentally, physically, spiritually. And um, if every time I work with somebody, it always gets down to some element of fear. Like if you look at the child, the baby needs a really good nurturer, somebody that adores them to pieces and attends to their needs, not overly, so that the kid feels that the parent is anxious. The parent needs to be pretty level and pretty secure overall, even though first time parents are like, I don't know what I'm doing, but good enough. Changing
Mm.
their diaper, feeding them, keeping them warm, listening to their cries. And if we don't get that enough, good enough, they call it the good enough parent, then there's a glitch in the development, and the kid everything builds on everything else. So they don't trust. The
Yeah.
first element is trust, and the kid doesn't trust. And then the next level of growth, they don't get to very well,
Mm.
on and on. Or the parent could be overly attentive because they're super anxious, and the kid thinks that they don't have to do anything.
Mm.
They don't learn how to take care of themselves either. Or that, oh, they're taking their time getting me some food, but they'll be here. I know they will. But
Mm.
the parent is just either totally absent or totally on it. It's too extreme. So
Yeah.
my answer would be it's fear-based. And I see clients whose parents right now, or how they describe them, were super anxious, or they were mean,
Mm.
or they were neglectful for some quick ones.
Yeah.
And then the person gets anxious. I have a lot of clients who are really insecure, a
Yeah.
lot of insecurity, because nobody's told them they were wonderful and
Mm.
they were the best thing in the whole wide world, you know?
Yeah.
So there's a lot of like codependency that happens. I need to please somebody else in order to get some kind of attention, even if it's not for real love. So does that help?
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. It's amazing the impact that those first 18 years of our lives have on the rest of our lives. I mean, they
Hmm.
truly are our formative years, and the lessons that our parents are imparting upon us deliberately or not deliberately impact us for the rest of our lives. And sometimes it's hard to rewrite the scripts that have been written for us. What do you hope readers take away from your book?
Well, that they learn how to trust themselves, that they trust their gut, that they learn how to listen to themselves, that they deal with whatever it is that's blocking that, because that's been my journey of learning to listen to me, even if I had a feeling that didn't make any sense to me at the time, but then I would follow it. Like I lived in Cambridge, Massachusetts for a while, and for a year I had this vague feeling to move to Northern California, and there was no concrete reason, and the feeling never left. So I
Hmm.
thought, okay, let's do it. And I did it, and I never left Northern California.
Amazing. Yeah,
Yeah.
sometimes you're just getting, whether it's divine, whether it's God, whether it's a source light, whatever it is, you're guided in a direction and you can
Mhm.
listen to it and, find happiness in many cases or ignore it at your own peril. So,
Absolutely.
yeah, it is a book that'll be mind-opening, heart-opening, and consciousness-opening, no doubt. The name of the book is A Touch of Light, Opening to the Love That Is You and All Creation. In it, the author shares her deeply personal and transformative path to embracing source light and unlocking true joy. If you've ever felt disconnected or stuck with limiting beliefs, this book offers powerful insights, practical tools, and a roadmap to living with balance, purpose, and adventure. And thank you so much for joining me here today on Spotlight.
I appreciate it. What a gift for me. Thank you for asking.
What a gift for me and all of our viewers to have you on the show and to hear all your wonderful words. To the folks at home, I'm Logan Crawford, thanking you for your time this time until next time on Spotlight.